Hey guys, thanks for checking in with me today. I took my glasses off because the reflection is really bad, and I'm sorry about that. It drives me crazy when I'm talking to you, but I have my contacts in, but they don't always work so well for me. So if you have an idea how to avoid that, send me an email. So I'm going to go over my coins today. I have them divided up into some different categories. I'll try and talk quickly, but there's a lot of them, and so we might go on for a little bit, but Bitcoin, store of value. So Bitcoin's just kind of my base coin. If you listen to a lot of people like I do, they all say that the top maybe five coins, you should have at least a big chunk of your portfolio needs to be in these coins, just because they're kind of the longest on the market. They have the most stability. They're getting the most press. And it could be that these coins just really separate themselves from the altcoins. And so it's just to be on this, it'll be hard to get in and catch up if you don't have your portfolio divided, maybe 60-40 or 70-30. This is not financial advice. I don't know anything about these are just coins I have, and I've done some research, but I'm not suggesting that you buy them. So I have a chunk of my portfolio in Bitcoin. It was a big deal to try and get one. So um, anyway, Litecoin is another one. It's a lighter version of Bitcoin. It's a platform coin, meaning things can be built on it. Platform coins are kind of the upper echelon coins. They're kind of these main founders. There's a struggle right now with a lot of these coins want to be the everyday coin, and a platform coin allows, it's kind of like being Apple and having allow apps to be built on your platform. So there's kind of a struggle in the industry right now, and who's to say there'll be one of these coins, or each country might have their own. um, but platform coins are, I'm going to try and have a little teeny piece of multiple platform coins, just so that as one starts to emerge as the winner, I'm already kind of in with those coins. But I don't have all of them. I don't have any ether, and I watched ether forever. I had a bunch of ether, and then I traded my ether in order to get into some of the altcoins early on, and then it just went through the roof, and I just I've just decided I can't own everything, and I'm not going to try to own everything. So that's why I don't have any ether, but I think it'd be certainly a good part of your portfolio. So anyway, I have Litecoin, Civic Coin. I like coins that I have a purpose, that aren't necessarily just about cash. I like coins that are solving a problem, and Civic is a security coin, and you can look that up. And so these are my long-term holds. These are coins I believe in, that I think, definitely for a year, maybe longer. We'll see where they go. Stellar Coin. This one is also a platform coin. Stellar is aiming to, it's a nonprofit. It's aiming to work in, solve the problem of migrant workers who get paid, and then, maybe Hispanic workers in the U.S. trying to send money back to Mexico, or people who work in Venezuela and are trying to send money back to their families. Um, those people now have to maybe travel a long distance to get to an exchange, to pay Western Union some money to change their coins over, and then their families have to go and pick it up. And it really could, I mean, imagine if you could just get paid in Stellar, and you take your Stellar and you send it to your family, and then they can either use the Stellar, or they could take it and get it exchanged to their local currency. But it's a pretty exciting coin. It has a lot going on for it. It's also a platform, so other things can be built on it. So it's a long-term investment for me. Free coins. These are coins that I got into early, did my research on. They all had a purpose, a good team, or a good utility. And so I got in on these coins, but I think it was hard to lose. Any coins you got in on early, last October, it was hard to lose. So um, I don't know that these coins are any better than anybody else's. But anyway, I did well on these coins. I doubled or tripled my money on them. And so I took my original investments out, and well, they went up, they tripled, but I took my investment out when they had doubled. And so I now have free coins that have gone up in value. But of course, I wish that I had kept more money in them. But oh well, I moved that money to other things that then did well. So Aeon is a privacy coin. Monero's just gotten really expensive. This has a really good team behind it. It's somebody who has been super successful with other coins, and so I thought it was a good bet. ARC is connecting a bunch of tokens. It's trying to make this whole framework of all these altcoins and Bitcoin work together. Factum is actually a working coin. It has several jobs right now, and it takes government documents and people's birth certificates and real estate records and puts them on the blockchain, so that, like in Haiti, when all their records were destroyed in an earthquake or tsunamis, those those records aren't destroyed anymore. They're secure on the blockchain, and they actually are working. So that's it's kind of a boring coin, but it's been really good. I think it's gone up 400% for me. Ardor is another platform chain. It allows child chains, and one of the things you'll learn is that these platform chains, like Bitcoin right now, if you try and sell Bitcoin and it's all done within the Bitcoin format, where some of these coins, if you think about it as two lanes of the highway, there's the highway and then there's a side street, and the highway would be the main coin, and then these child chains on Ardor on the side would be the ones the transactions were moving on. And so it just keeps the whole platform running at a smoother rate, because the main chain never becomes congested, I guess. That's a very simplified version, but Omisco, same thing. It's a platform on Ethereum. It gets a lot of press. I don't know. It's just, at this point, it's free for me, so I'm holding on to it. These are not sure coins. They're shorter term potentially, but now I bought these in before the first of the year, so now with the tax laws, I may end up holding them for the year. COS is an exchange, and I had told you to sign up for KuCoin and for Bittrex and Binance. And COS is another exchange. It's a newer exchange. I bought it by coincidence. I bought some Gatcoin, which was my first ICO, and by excuse me, by Gatcoin was going to be allowed to be traded on COS first, and so I went to COS and set up a membership, and to sign up for the exchange, they wanted you to buy the coins on the exchange. So I spent $100 and I became a member, or bought the COS exchange tokens, and not really understanding what I was doing at the time. I was still really navigating this space, but it turns out that it was a good thing, because when you buy these coins on an exchange, on the newer exchanges like KuCoin or COS, and I think Binance might do it too, but they give the people that buy the coins for the exchange, they give you a percentage of their fees back. So what COS is doing is giving 50% of the fees that they collect back to the people that hold the COS coins. They don't give it back to you in COS, they give it back to you in a multitude of different coins, maybe the ones that were most traded on that platform. So I don't have that much COS, but I got in when it was a penny and now it's $1, or maybe I got in when it was 5 cents or something. So I have a significant amount of coins, enough that each week I get a little teeny bit of the percentage out of, and it's divided amongst everybody who has the coins. So what I'm going to do is eventually go in another month or two, I'll go in and start selling some of those coins that I got. I'm looking out the window and just started snowing really hard. That's the first big snow we've had in a while. So anyway, I'd turn the computer around, but it would make a mess. So anyway, the COS coins, so it's pretty cool because I own probably about 30 coins that I don't know about, but I probably own only one of each, because when you take my small percentage of what the COS exchange gives out and then they divide it into 30 coins, it's not that lucrative. But I can sell those coins, so I can sell the one whatever that I own, the one Lisk that I own, I can sell it into Ethereum, and then I can sell the other 30 into Ethereum. So by the end of the day, I might have half an Ethereum or something. So anyway, it's kind of cool. It's not anything, it was just what it is. So Lisk was also interesting. I bought Lisk when Lisk was going down, and everybody says buy the dips. So I bought Lisk when it was dipping. And then I was very proud of myself that I had bought at the right time. And then I listened to Carter Thomas on Bitcoin Mastery, and he said, now, an example is Lisk, and be careful because just because the coin is dipping does not mean that it's good. And there was a bunch of negative news about Lisk. They had done a poor performance for a meet and greet that they had, and they postponed some of their development. So I bought probably when I shouldn't have bought, but then they actually just pushed that development out until mid-February. So I am going to hold it until mid-February until they make their presentation, and we'll see what happens. IOTA and Neo I just bought because they're platform coins. I put in some buy orders on those or some dollar cost averaging kind of limit orders, and I was successful. Gatcoin was the first coin that I bought. It's like Groupon, kind of. It's not a coin that will probably ever make me rich, but it's a coin that I liked because it might afford me some free travel or some places to go. So the last two coins that I bought are Self-Key and VeChain. Both of these are more tokens than coins, and they have utility behind them. So Self-Key is an identity tracking. I put a review up on the Facebook page, and VeChain is one I got excited about. It's just pretty cool. I think I also have something up on the Facebook page. So that's what I own, and I'm not suggesting you buy these, but they've done good for me so far. So we'll see you soon.